It is a joy to be here in Tennessee. I love Nashville. I love Tennessee. It's a great place. And what I have always admired from the time I got involved in politics is something about the water around here. The leaders of this state just constantly rise to the top nationally. Just principle-centered people of integrity, always in leadership positions wherever they go. And I don't know what it is. Lamar, you probably have a sense of history about this, but Tennessee's got it going on really well, and I'm delighted to be here. I really am. Looking forward to giving a speech and interacting with more people here, and I just appreciate all the work that the party does.
We're looking forward to that.
We'll find out what I'm going to say.
With that, we'll take a few questions.
Any questions?
Governor Bush, Rand Paul has had some comments about foreign policy and then sort of ISIS and also the NSA. It sort of seems to be hitting some of his potential opponents. What is your response to him on some of these issues?
I don't know if he's hitting on opponents. I think the Patriot Act has kept us safe, plain and simple. The metadata program has kept us safe, plain and simple. There's been no violation of civil liberties, and protecting the homeland has to be one of the first and most important obligations for people that are serving in Washington, D.C. And I hope that the Patriot Act is renewed. And I hope that the metadata program, which is not a violation of civil liberties, is part of that effort to keep us safe, because I know what will happen if there's an attack on our country or a terrorist attack from inside our country. A lot of people start saying, where were you? Where were you? Well, the simple fact is there are mechanisms in place that we need to protect and enhance and make them better, and make sure that we have the safeguards to protect free individuals in our society. But that's exactly what we've done. And so I respect Senator Paul on this, but I think he's wrong as it relates to the conversation that your two great senators are focused on starting tomorrow.
Governor, what did you think he had, Rand Paul's comments about ISIS saying that the Republicans helped create their rise, leaving all this equipment over, in various places in the Middle East and whatnot?
I don't know. I'm going to try to stay out of trouble tonight. I think that's my answer.
Governor, what
What
do you think the federal government can do to help provide health care to people who don't qualify for subsidies on the exchange, but also don't qualify for a state Medicaid program?
Excuse me?
What do you think that, essentially, the Medicaid expansion population, what do you think the federal government can do to help provide health insurance for those people?
I think the federal government can reform our healthcare system to lower costs and improve outcomes, first and foremost. And as it relates to Medicaid, we ought to be reforming that as well. It's not a success story to expand Medicaid if it is as obsolete as it always has been. Better to reform it so that Medicaid beneficiaries get the same quality service that private pay has. And in Florida we did that. And I'm sure here in Tennessee the governor is working hard to do the exact same thing. So there are reforms that we can do. In Florida it was called Empowered Care. We gave choice counseling for Medicaid beneficiaries. We had higher premiums for people that had a history of acute illness so that they could buy more insurance, more services through their insurance. And the net result was we saved money and we improved outcomes, and people were better off and they were happy about it. That kind of system, I think, is what we need to get to. Consumer-directed healthcare is going to be ultimately the path to rising income for people, where they have take-home pay and the chance to rise up, as well as better quality health.
Governor Haslam recently signed a bill to review Common Core. What are your thoughts on that?
I think the governor has every right to do anything as it relates to education policy. This should be a state issue, and Washington should have nothing to do with this, nothing at all. So if the state of Tennessee wants to raise standards higher than Common Core standards that they've implemented, great.
Governor,
hallelujah.
That's going to be the last question. Governor Bush, your father, your brother said regards to Jerusalem, that issue hasn't been resolved. Are you ready to publicly state that Jerusalem is the capital of the Jewish state forever?
I support that, absolutely. I also support moving the embassy to Jerusalem as well, our embassy, as not just a symbol, but a show of solidarity. The relationship between the United States and Israel has been ruptured in a way that has created instability not just between us and Israel, but also for the Middle East. as I talk to leaders in the region, their concern is if Israel and the United States don't have the kind of solidarity that has always existed, how are we going to get a good deal in Washington? It creates insecurity, instability in the entire region. So clearly the #1 ally we have in the Middle East is Israel. And we should show our support consistently because if not us, who?